Hello everyone, welcome to the world of Starfall. Well, the barren world of Starfall, which is why we are here. First though, I need a starter house. Let's head out and find an area. I want to make this world full of mystical towns and castles to tell a story. This is largely inspired by Middle-earth from the Hobbit, Lord of the Ring franchise, and Harry Potter, as I've gotten back into them with the release of Hogwarts Legacy and just the feeling of being able to walk through the castle and lands of magic. Like how Lord of the Rings has different kingdoms for the different races is how I'm imagining planning this world, building up structures and including lore with the builds created. This is going to be a long project, but I'm so excited to get into everything after months of gathering references and ideas and planning everything out. This is a cool area with large hills and a lake in the middle. I can definitely see houses built into the hillside over there, and my place or something up on this hill here. This is definitely a very nice area with that lake in the middle as a divider, though now that I'm up here, I'm not sure about the snow so close, so I'm gonna keep looking, but I think this area could definitely be a town in the future. I'm thinking of making my starter base in a plains biome with tons of fields around it, kind of like a cottage vibe as my character is designed around cozy vibes and sunflowers mixed with the fields for crops and animals. Continuing on my journey after cooking up some chicken and avoiding all the mobs I can, I approached a village to sleep through the night, so that I don't die already. I just barely made it into this house before a spider caught me. Looting the village, I was able to get almost full iron armor as well as a bunch of bread. But moving on, I found the perfect area for my starter base. Check it out. Okay, this is where I'm thinking of setting up. It's got a ruined portal over there and a canyon over here. There's lots of water and hills surrounding it. Let's set our stuff down here as the front entrance. It's not completely flat, but enough that it will look good with all the farms surrounding the place. The perfect place for my starter base, if I'm honest. I'm going to start with clearing up this grass so I can get the foundation of the house. Clear out this tree here. I don't think I'm going to use much oak in this area because I like the darker woods like spruce and dark oak to give it more of a cozy woodsy vibe. Which, now that I'm thinking of it, I should probably plant more spruce trees as I have nowhere near enough. Okay. I'm just clearing more to think of how I want the base pillars to sit, how big of the house it's gonna be. I don't want it to be like a boring square building. It needs shape, you know? This is probably enough space. This is the front, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I want the entrance to go about here. I'm using spruce logs as the pillars foundations of this house as it's my favorite wood type. I'm thinking of having this as a roof sort of entrance where the door is actually here, giving the building a layer at the front, and then having it go to the left. So 3 blocks this way for a window. I need an axe to get more spruce. It's always feels like when you are in need of wood, the trees take so long to grow. But continuing the right side, straight back 3 blocks, and then I'm going to make a cubby here, so going out 4, and then I'm going to place that back down. I'm going to take this 4 blocks more so that I can fit a cozy little bed in here. I'm going to do it an odd shape, give it 2 this way and then 2 that way. And I've run out of spruce again, so I'm going to wait for some trees to grow and be back once I finish the layout. And layout complete. I've gone for a very wonky outline with our entrance here. I decided on a diagonal window here to outlook the ruined portal and some of the farmland. Thinking of putting a kitchen corner here. I wanted a tower off the back as a stairway and also so I can get to the top to have a clear view of the area around my house. And then of course my little bed cubby. I'm thinking of making a lifted bed with a little writing desk underneath. Then we have all this open space to fill with maybe a sitting area or another decorative area. I'm going to make it 2 stories with a magical room up top. As for lore, I am the world creator. I'll of course need an area to magic in the kingdoms. Now, let's go get some mats. So, future note to self, bring a bed when you go out gathering, as night is just death. Lots of death. Think you're safe in a tree? Nope, death. I was just waiting for it to turn day, but this baby zombie did not like me. Though, this is a pretty cool escape. I am impressed that I got away. Now, I'm thinking it's time for some revenge. Anyways, now that almost dying is over, back to more spruce. Alrighty, now that I have gathered the materials, I've got, hopefully, enough spruce for this house. Probably not, but I can hope. And a few I grabbed off camera, such as some sandstone, as I thought that it would go nice as that light base color. I considered using birch, but there might be such a thing as too much logs. I'm just waiting on the sandstone to finish smelting into smooth sandstone. I got some glass, like sand or glass for the windows. Let's move this out of the way, and then maybe I should lay down the floor. I'm not sure if I want an oak floor or a spruce floor. The oak would probably lighten the build a bit, but with the spruce and dark oak, it might be best to have a darker floor. I'm gonna dig this out so I can visualize it better. Okay, now that this is dug out, I'm definitely thinking spruce floors, so we can put this away and I'll need spruce. Does anyone else find the sound of planks being placed just so satisfying? Just the cute little thunks it makes. Spruce was definitely the choice with the sandstone walls and windows that are going to go in, and now that the floor is laid out and I have an idea of how I want the walls to go, let's get right into a time lapse. Starting off with laying down the spruce pillars, 4 tall, and then starting out on laying down the smooth sandstone around the inside of the pillars, I was a bit impatient on waiting for all the sandstone to finish smelting, so I'm going to hop around a bit and add in some dark oak supports with spruce trapdoors around the pillars before heading back in to continue filling in the walls with our smooth sandstone. Once the bottom floor walls are finished and I've added in a little stairway in the tower, I'm going to start laying out the pillars for the second floor, bringing walls out 1 block. For this build, I had some key ideas for what I wanted what to look like, but not the whole picture of how this house would be. So you will see me changing walls and roofs as I go. Taking a moment to die, and then almost getting blown up by a creeper, I'm moving back to the second floor, filling in the second floor walls with a stripped spruce log and adding in the second floor spruce flooring. I'll take a moment to add in the entrance roof using stone brick slabs as the outline and dark oak slabs as the roof itself. I jump back to filling in the floor and then the walls. I lay out an outline on where the front roof will start, and I'll come back to it later to continue building it. Here's where I make my first change, because with having that be a little bed nook, I didn't want there to be a roof above it. I decide on this little slanted roof to cover it, and then I go back to building up the spruce walls, again leaving little openings for where I'm thinking of putting windows. Coming down to the front, I add in spruce trapdoors to hold some leaves and signs, then using stone brick walls and dark oak fence as the roof support to break up the flat front of the build. Starting to add in window panes, I head back upstairs, add in a few more spruce walls and decide on my second change, changing up this side here and bringing it in to make the wall flat, purely because I did not want to have to figure out how to do a diagonal roof. I added on another slanted roof over top of it with the stone brick slabs and dark oak slabs, and then went back to building up the walls again. Back to the front of the house, I start trying to figure out the roof. Inspired by this image from Pinterest, I knew I wanted this overhung window roof section, so tearing down some of the walls, I used that style of window over top. I struggled a bit with how I wanted the rest of the roof to go, as I couldn't find the slope that would work best. After getting somewhat of a plan figured out, I finished off the front. Going to the back, I added in 2 more of those window roof designs before going to the left side of the house to duplicate the slope of the roof and start of the back side. I find roofs are always the most difficult part of the build, and especially here where I had to figure out how to fit the roof in with the tower cutting out of it, but bit by bit I started to get something I liked. Until I decided that I wanted more of a rounded roof and changed the slant again, but not by much, and quickly filled it in again. Finishing off the roof, I added a cute little stone brick chimney with just some spruce trapdoors surrounding a campfire to give the house some movement. Then, finishing off the back window, I start adding in some of the decorations with more leaf hangings and the roof supports and little window ledges. Jumping back to the front, where I decided I wanted a small pen for a horse once I find a saddle, using another slanted roof as a canopy and some leaves as some decor. Now onto the tower. I didn't do anything fancy, just using trapdoors as the top layer because of the way I built the walls around it. There wasn't much room left. Using some dark oak slabs to help break up the flat wall with little dips, as well as some more spruce trapdoors around the edges. Finishing off the house with decorations such as flower pots, more leaves, oak trapdoors as window shutters, and dark oak trapdoors to break up some of the sandstone walls. And finally, some leaf vines on top of the roof. I am so beyond happy with how this turned out. It looks so good. Let me back up a bit so you can see more of it, but I love it so much. I need a horse here for the pen, but I can get that later as there's always a lot of horses around this area. Now, going into the house, I still need to finish the fireplace, but I got lazy. But look at this cute little bed. I got a barrel full of flowers, and it's super cozy vibes. Also, this guy just appeared while I was building this place. If he stays till I get a name tag, then I'll keep him. This cute little kitchen with seats to have our meals, which also is doubling as my storage room right now. I'll deal with that later. Now, for the upstairs Magic World Creation Room, I can't wait for you to see it. It's not completely finished, as I need bookshelves to still go around, but I've got this cartography table on a podium in the middle to design the maps, the current map of the area, which is just the house for now. All of these open holes are going to have bookcases in them, and then various builder tools around the room. But overall, for a starter base, I'm so happy with this house. However, going up to the top of the tower, this land is a little bare. A little too bland. I think it's time to put my world building room to the test and plan out the surrounding area. Okay, maybe this. And then we'll add this here. Change this a bit. Okay. Not like that. No. Let's add this here. Maybe this. Okay, this looks good. And that's it, I think. Phew, I think that turned out pretty good. I may have went a tiny bit overboard. Just a small amount. That's a lot. Okay. But I think it went pretty well. Let's take a look at the new map we made. Wow, this looks pretty cool. We've got tons of farmland now. Let's hang this back up on the wall. Look at all the greenery now. It surrounds our whole house. I think we need to check outside. I'm gonna put on F1 mode and wow, this looks so good. I am so impressed. It looks way better than the flat land from before. I don't know what to look at first. We've got carrots, there's some potatoes over there, even beetroots over there, and then some different kinds of flowers. Of course we have sunflowers. There's cows, pigs, and way over there, even sheep. But this has all been so much fun to create, and I can't wait to make more. If you want to follow along with this world, be sure to subscribe, and with that, I'll see you next time. Bye! Once residing in the stars above, Astrophel looked down and saw the empty world of Starfall. What could be made on that beautiful world? Astrophel had to know. Taking up the flat land, they began to create. They envisioned fields of yellow and green, the bright colors of flowers, the sounds of animals and life, and they created. Up in the room of creation, they worked, sketching out plans for the land around their abode. When one puts their mind to it, what could you envision? Astrophel must know. And so they take up residence, and around them, life flourishes. Plants bloom and animals roam. A world is being created with Astrophel, the artist. What are we but shooting stars, hoping to shine long enough to make at least one soul believe in magic?